If you've played Minecraft before, there's a good chance you've come across a glitch of some kind. They can be harmless or game-breaking. The oldest anarchy server in Minecraft, 2b2t, is certainly no stranger to them. There have been so many glitches here over the past 10 years that I've honestly lost count. But unlike the ones you normally find that are caused by the game's code, the glitches I'm talking about today are all man-made, either by the server's admin, Housemaster, or caused accidentally because of faulty server plugins. From planes of bedrock generating in the end dimension, to lava defying gravity and being suspended in midair, dungeons that don't have a spawner, even with no signs of human tampering, to cobblestone casts that glow despite having no lava or light sources. And that's not even all of them. Today, we are discussing the history of 2b2t's man-made glitches, how they affected the server, and how you can still see some of these glitches in action today. We have much to discuss. Even though we're talking about Minecraft glitches and shenanigans, it's important to keep yourself safe from real-world shenanigans too. So I'd like to thank Dashlane for sponsoring today's video. Dashlane makes it easy to keep track of everything. They fill in all of your personal info like addresses, credit cards, and so much more. They have a VPN so you won't be tracked when browsing the internet and can access content in any country. They generate super secure passwords, plus the passwords that you store with them are encrypted, making a password manager the safest place to store your info. And the best part? It's free to download and install on your first device. Try Dashlane for free on your first device by going to dashlane.com/FitMC. It's a great way to support the channel. Now then, let's do this. As I mentioned, to qualify for this list today, a glitch either had to be caused by Housemaster himself or from a server plugin. As you can imagine, there's quite a few of them to talk about, and the first one we'll be mentioning involves the glitched Bedrock Planes. If you ever wander into 2b2t's end dimension, you'll notice fairly quickly that surrounding the main island, there's a massive layer of bedrock floating above the void. Something like this would never generate in vanilla Minecraft. So where did it come from? Well, the answer is that this is a glitch caused by a plugin many years ago. Back in the day, players would use exploits to delete bedrock in order to create holes. This included making bedrock holes in the overworld and nether that you could fall into if you weren't paying attention. It made for an excellent player trap. To combat this, Housemaster introduced a plugin that would repair them. Whenever a chunk was loaded, it would begin to populate any missing bedrock that had been deleted, so any holes that were made were effectively patched up. However, the plugin accidentally applied this feature to the end dimension as well, where there is no bedrock at Y level 0. So if a chunk was loaded, it would cause a layer of bedrock to generate above the void. This glitch was used by players to create literal planes of bedrock. The plugin was disabled not long after this discovery, but it was running for enough time to generate bedrock beneath the entire main end island, as well as the surrounding areas. While House has removed bedrock structures in the past, surprisingly, he left the bedrock planes untouched. Over the years, players would build bases on it, as well as write messages in it, ironically, using bedrock deletion exploits. The very same thing the original plugin was trying to fight against. To a regular Minecrafter, this glitch is definitely a bizarre sight in the end dimension. But our next glitch takes us into a different dimension, the Nether. 2b2t has frozen lava flows. When traveling through the Nether, there will be times where you see a stream of lava suspended in midair. Anyone that plays Minecraft knows that lava in the Nether is supposed to flow very quickly. So why are some of these flows completely immune to gravity? Well, once again, this glitch is because of a server plugin meant to reduce lag. How it works is that whenever a new chunk in the Nether is generated, lava will begin to flow. However, after moving about 100 blocks away, the lava will be frozen in place. When you return, it'll be suspended in midair. This is to prevent freshly generated Nether chunks from lagging the server with too many updates. Placing blocks nearby will cause the lava to unfreeze and continue to flow. You can actually try this out for yourself on the server. Generate a new Nether chunk so that lava begins to flow, move 100 blocks away, then return. The lava flow should be frozen. Whenever I go base hunting in my Sunday morning live streams, we commonly come across this phenomenon. It's a unique glitch, but it's harmless, and one of the few on our list today that is actually intentional. So far, the glitches we've talked about today have been relatively tame, but the next few made some members of 2b2t's community very upset a few years ago. The server at one point had a Vanishing Spawner problem. I'm not talking about the spawners you find in dungeons or mineshafts. I'm talking about illegally obtained pig spawners, an item not normally obtainable in survival Minecraft. After being found in some old item stashes, pig spawners were duped and distributed throughout the 2b2t community. It was common to have them alongside the nether highway so that entity speed hacks could be used while riding pigs. Back in 2017, this was the most common form of transportation for getting to the world border, as it turned a 500-hour journey into just a few days if you were playing casually, and even shorter if you were no-lifing it. In order to combat these spawners, as well as other illegal items being circulated, House introduced a plugin that would delete them. If you loaded a chunk that contained a pig spawner, it vanished. However, the plugin glitched out and did a little more than anticipated. It deleted all types of spawners. Zombie, skeleton, spider, you name it. If you had an XP grinder near your base and you loaded those chunks, the spawner would completely vanish. The plugin was quickly reverted, but was online long enough for many spawners to disappear. If you went to the greater spawn region surrounding 0-0, you would see dungeons underground that had no spawners, even with zero signs of human tampering. It was a very bizarre glitch. While this unintended side effect annoyed the player base, another glitch was introduced in the same plugin that turned that annoyance into full-on anger: the removal of god axes. While trying to combat pig spawners, House was also trying to get rid of 32Ks, illegal weapons that had a sharpness value of over 32,000, enough to one-hit KO any player or mob. The plugin originally was supposed to revert these weapons back to a sharpness value of 5. However, for some reason, the plugin had a problem with axes. If you had them in your inventory or e-chest, the plugin completely removed sharpness enchantments from them. Now, as a reminder, having sharpness on an axe is a vanilla feature, created by using an anvil and a sharpness book. But the plugin considered them illegal items for some reason. In fact, one of my original axes that I used during the Rusher War, Nightmare, actually lost its sharpness enchantment, and I had to manually add it back to the axe with a book. Since I duped the axe multiple times, I have a few copies in storage that still have the enchantments removed. It was a very bizarre glitch, but remember, this happened at the same time as the spawner glitch, so both of them combined made some of the 2b2t community very upset. But then again, when is the 2b community not upset about something? Let's be real. There is one more glitch we have to discuss today, and before we get to it, if you're enjoying the video so far, make sure to leave a like. And believe it or not, most of my viewers still aren't subscribed, so if you hit that red button, you have my thanks. So now, let's talk about ghost light sources. If you venture around the concrete jungle of 2b2t's spawn, you'll notice that some lava casts have lit up spots on them, despite having no actual lava or light sources in them. This glitch is actually caused by one of 2b2t's plugins. It's called light suppression. When you place a light source or remove one, the surrounding blocks go through a light update. When too many light updates are trying to happen on a server at the same time, they get queued up so that they can eventually happen without causing lag. But if the server suddenly stops or restarts, many of these light updates just never happen, which leaves lava casts in other areas with these random spots of light. Since this side effect is caused by a plugin, it is technically a man-made glitch, and one you can find in just a few minutes of walking around 2b2t's spawn region. I've seen this glitch happen on other servers as well, so it sounds like the plugin must be widely used. Regardless, these are just a few of the man-made glitches that have happened on 2b2t over the years, and they certainly won't be the last. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Remember to follow me on Twitter and Instagram to stay updated on new content, but that's it. Take it easy, Fit Fam, and stay alive out there.